podcasts. Thanks for the people that have been watching. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so and go and check out some of my other videos and shorts and extended videos. That would be really appreciated. Sorry, I've got a bit of a throat issue today. I've got a bit of a bronchitis going on here. So if I start coughing or breathing heavy, that's the reason. So anyway, today I thought we'll look a bit about being unique as a drummer, and what can you do to make you stand out from all the rest of the drummers out there. There are so many, there's millions and millions of drummers around the world, and there's lots of people that are, probably better than you, some not as good as you. So it's really hard to stand out from the crowd, so to speak. The only way you're going to do that is to be, on one level, a little bit more unique than the average drummer. And for me, that means purposely playing probably, different from the genre you're playing in. Let's say I was playing in a Chicago blues band. Well, I could play very much, traditionally the way people see Chicago blues. But for me, I probably tune my drums differently than what a lot of those famous drummers of that era did. I would probably use certain drum fills that probably would not normally be used in that style of music, just to be different in a sense. It's really important for you, your own personality, to really come out in your performance. And it's really important too, if you want to be unique, to develop who you are as a drummer. Develop your sound, your approach to playing, your phrasing, how you hit. Are you a soft player, a hard player? Are you very dynamic, or are you just, all one volume and boring? Regardless of what you do, try to be uniquely you. That's the really important thing. If you're trying to play like somebody else, then you'll always be seen as second. So that drummer over there plays like so-and-so. So you're not being uniquely you. That doesn't mean you can't, steal or be influenced by drummers. We all have our favorite drummers in the world. I've got a big list of drummers I really love and I've studied. But I purposely, once I've studied them, yes, that all goes into my head, into my brain. And when I play, naturally, or on an unconscious level, a lot of what I've listened to or studied is going to pop out in my playing in some way. But I purposely try to be different. Even the way I tune drums, like I grew up way back in the, 50s, 60s, 70s. I started playing in the 60s. And my original teacher was a big band jazz player, and I was taught. That's how I was actually taught by my original teacher, who came out of that scene. These days I tune a little bit differently. I like big open ringy sounds in my drums. A lot of, especially modern drummers, hate that. They like to, gaff down or dampen down or use some type of, muffling in their head choice and things like that to get this fuddy, dead drums. To me, that sounds horrible. But I'm probably the only person on the planet that probably thinks that way. I don't know. And well, in fact, if I am, that's great, because that makes me different from everybody else. So yeah, I tune really open. I don't use dampening on my drums. I use a felt strip on my bass drum just for old time's sake. But I've even been thinking about taking that off as well, to have them big, full and open and ringy. So Someone here. Well, who we got here? Passerby. G'day, mate. G'day back, passerby. So, yeah, I like really open drums. Even my snare drums, I tend to tune them a little bit differently. I tune my snare drums about medium or just a little bit above medium sometimes. I often have really loose snare wires on my snares to the point where they rattle, which annoys some people. Even some of my videos, even like some of the shorts I've done over the last few weeks, I've had drummers say, please fix that snare rattle. And no, I'm not going to. That's the way I like it. That's the way that suits my personality. You know, I'm old and rattly. So I do these things in a really conscious way because I want to be different. I want to separate myself from all the other drummers out there. I want to be that black sheep in the field full of white sheep. I want to be recognizable. Even the way I play drums a little bit different than a lot of other drummers. If you ever see me play live, you're probably, and if you're a drummer or know anything about drumming, you probably would realize that I don't actually play like other people. And that was a really conscious effort of mine way, way back because I really, really wanted to stand out. I wanted somebody, my ultimate aim is if, a drummer walked past the venue I'm playing in, he will recognize it's me playing simply because of how it's sounding. That's my aim. And really, if you look back through history, all the best drummers, the most well-known drummers through all the different eras, they all had one thing in common. They had their own sound. If you walk past the room and John Bonham was playing, you would know straight away that's John Bonham playing. Why? Because the way he tuned, the way he hit drums, he had his sound, You hear Buddy Rich playing, it's Buddy Rich, You hear Papa Joe Jones play, it's him. They have their own very unique sound. All through history, jazz players, rock and roll players, all those people, all had the one thing in common, which was their own unique. They developed their own personality into their playing. So what I'm probably saying here in this little presentation is that what can you do with your playing to make you sound different from other people? Can you add more dynamics in a way that really, explores your own character and personality? Can you, tune your drums differently? Can you, just break the mold? If a certain style of music says you should play this way, don't believe it. Being told here now, I just went mute. I hope my sound has come back. Can everybody hear me? Please leave a little message below to let me know if you can't hear me here. Yeah, please let me know if you can't hear me, because if you can't hear me, I might as well stop right now. Yeah, sounds back. Thanks, passerby. Have a real think about this. Don't go and play your drums and think, oh, I want to play drums like that. Your process should be, how can I play this song my own unique way? There's probably exceptions. If you're in like a concept band, you're trying to play everything note for note perfect to what that artist originally did. That style of playing for me is not really interesting. For me personally, a lot of people make money and being in a concept band. If that's your bag, wonderful. But me personally, I don't want to be a clone of anyone else. I want to be me. I want to be Trevor Gallagher, the drummer. I don't want to be Trevor Gallagher playing someone else's drum part. I don't look at it. I don't like it like that personally. So, but, we all got our own thing. If someone asked me to go and play in a concept band tomorrow, for a big bucket of money, then, yeah, sure, I'll go and do it and make the money and play note perfect and sound-wise as well as playing, just to do my job as a professional. But generally speaking, I'm always looking for ways to be unique, to stand out from the crowd, in a sense. So think about that. Think about your drumming and what you can do to change things. There's certain styles of music I play. I might use a totally different cymbal set or drum size just to be different. So I'm actually pushing the boundaries of what's seen as normal in that style of music. I do that all the time. Passerby, what genre of music do you prefer to playing? Well, my main band and probably my laneway, I'm a blues, R&B, soul style of drummer. I love shuffles. I love, Chicago style blues. I love jump blues. I love swing. I play a lot of swing music. So I suppose R&B, soul, swing, blues. When I say blues, I don't mean rock blues. I mean more your jump blueses and things like that. That's probably where I like to play. That said, I think I mentioned in a previous live recording, is that I made a real concerted effort through the years to learn to play all styles of music. And my original drum teacher told me to do that. In fact, he said, if you learn to play all styles, you don't have to play them all really, really well, just good enough to perform in that style, then you will get many gigs and you'll keep food in your stomach. So, and he was right. So, over the last couple of weeks, I've got, I've played with different bands, like my main band, Pizzas and the Alpha Sonics. If you haven't heard us, check us out. But my main band is those styles I mentioned earlier. But, the other day I played in a rock funk band. I played in a pure jazz band the other day. I even played in a reggae band not that long ago. All these styles I can play, but my love is that laneway, as I just said to you before, Passerby, is that R&B, soul, swing, blues and swing. I love those styles of music. Anyway, think about what you can do to make things different for you, and so you are not like everybody else playing out there. The more unique you can become, the more work you will get. It's that simple. I've proven that time and time again. The more unique as a drummer I become, the more gig offers I get. Now, some people won't like you being unique, and that's totally okay. Some people won't like you playing a certain style of music totally different than what they think it should be, and that is okay too. Don't listen to those people. Let you express yourself the way that is uniquely you, and do your best to break those boundaries and constrictions, and be something unique. That's where you're going to be most happy. That's where you're going to get more gigs, and that leave a bit of a legacy in the world. I played like Trevor Gallagher. I didn't play like Papa Joe Jones. I didn't play like John Bonham. Even though those people have had an influence on my life, I've played like Trevor Gallagher. I've stayed true to myself. So anyway, food for thought. I won't let this go on too much longer. So if you've got a topic you'd like me to talk about in future weekly lives, by all means, drop me a little message below and I'll add that to the list. And on that note, people, thanks for watching once again, Monday Lives. I'm here every Monday waffling on about something. And if you haven't already checked out my channel, I've got full videos up there and lots of shorts. I think there's about 230 or so videos up there at this point, and it's growing all the time. So anyway, thanks for joining me today, people, and thanks, Passerby, for actually messaging me on this live. It's good to have people's response while I'm doing these, so that's wonderful. Thanks a lot. And for everyone, I'll see you next week for Monday Lives, and take care until then. Play drums, be unique, be kind to people, and have a good Christmas too, actually. We'll see you next time. Bye.